Yeah. You already know what it is. 237, no place like home. Catch me on the stoop. And today is a special day, cuz we got a legend with us. We got a pioneer with us right now. And wait, hold on. And she's from the town.
That's always a plus.
Of course,
always a plus. But let her tell the people who she is.
I am a Brooklyn diehard. Well, Brooklyn claim me. Let me start there. I've been here most of my life. Y'all didn't know this. Maybe y'all did because y'all knew about Granddad. But I was born in LA.
Okay.
And came here really, really early. Like really early. It just fell in love. And Brooklyn was my love. And so that's how it started. Came up in hip hop. Y'all know the story. Grew up down the block.
Up the corner, down the block. Yeah.
Madison.
Okay.
Then we moved to Clinton Hill.
Okay.
Then from Clinton Hill, in the 80s, the spirit of entrepreneurship kicked in.
Yeah.
I was figuring it out. I didn't want to work for someone else. And so I opened a shop. I couldn't rap. I loved hip hop. I couldn't sing. My father, I grew up in the music business, so he had us in drum lessons, singing lessons, acting lessons, doing all the things. But man, I just love the energy.
Wait, but hold on. I don't think she said her name yet in that whole piece.
Yeah, I did. And I just
She said, "I got this. I got this."
April Walker. April Walker, the founder of WalkerWear. I am the first woman with the streetwear brand.
That's right.
And urban fashion, whatever you want to call it, it has many names. I just say it's lifestyle. And and we still here. We still doing it almost 4 decades later. And
There you go. There you go.
Worldwide.
Baby.
Straight out of Brooklyn.
Straight out of Brooklyn. It now, because you got a lot of things you touched on, but we want to ask Bedford Stuyvesant. Is you familiar with Bedford Stuyvesant?
Of course.
What are your borders for Bedford Stuyvesant?
Boy, it's changed.
Oh yeah, no, but look,
See?
no right or wrong answer.
You see how that goes? It changed.
No wrong answer.
The zoning has changed.
Yes.
It's become gentrified. But it's funny, it had me second guessing because I can't even remember like where Clinton Hill changed to Bed-Stuy. In my mind, back in the day, it was Franklin.
Okay.
But now I believe, is it Bedford? Like, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. This because these are yours. It don't matter because these are yours. We going with you.
Go all the way down to me till we hit here. It will go down to like Broadway. When we cross Broadway, we go into Bushwick.
Okay.
What about this way?
What about going this way?
This way. Oh wow, this is a tough question here. That was always confusing because I used to hang out in Marcy. Marcy was called Marcy to me. You know. So I would probably say when you get to DeKalb.
Okay. All right.
And going toward
the Heights.
Okay, I would say once you cross Fulton.
Okay, listen.
Atlantic.
Okay. Listen, I'm not mad yet.
Ain't nothing wrong.
I'm not mad.
Listen.
That's what I see.
Okay. Right. Okay. Because it has changed a lot.
It has changed. But Broadway, you can't say Broadway and Atlantic that way. I wouldn't say that for Bed-Stuy. It definitely cuts into me. Like Breakwater is still Bed-Stuy.
Yes, that's right.
You know
I
what
would
I mean?
consider that, Smurf. All that over there. That's a stop for me too. Okay, yeah, I'm not mad. There was no wrong answer for that, but you'll be surprised. Everybody
has a different.
Everybody has a different answer. Everybody has a different answer.
What do y'all think it is?
Because you want to go ahead, set it off.
Somebody made sense to me. I think Bedford, because they said Bedford Stuyvesant, so I would say Bedford. I would say Atlantic. I would say Broadway, and I would say Myrtle.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna go a little further. I'm gonna go Park. I'm gonna say Park.
Okay, because when we grew up, of course, Marcy was always part of Bedford Stuyvesant, so I got to go to Park.
Okay.
Got to go to Park, of course, to Broadway. I go to Atlantic Avenue. It's going downtown. That's a little.
It gets sticky.
And
where would you stop it?
I got to go to LG.
Clausen.
I got to go to Clausen. But when we was growing up, People didn't sit down and talk about Clinton Hills like that.
Oh, Clinton Hill was, it was just in the middle of, to living in Clinton Hill, I was always kind of caught between, people would be like, Bed-Stuy or Fort Greene. Like, we were kind of caught right there in the middle. And once again, those were, everybody would come rob you from both of the places back in the day.
Oh, get your borders, bro.
My borders. So I'm gonna go Broadway, of course, right? This way, I'm gonna say Atlantic. This way again, it's always funny this way. So I'm gonna say Franklin. So I'm gonna say Franklin and Carson, one of them two right there. I'm with you with the Bedford because of the name.
Yeah.
Back here, I'm gonna stay with Park. Yeah, I'm gonna stay with Park.
Yeah, Park is more accurate.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with Park.
Now, you had a store. Your store was on Green. Now, was that Bedford-Stuyvesant or Clinton Hills?
You know, when people used to always say where it was, they would say it was Bed-Stuy. And I felt like it was definitely Clinton Hill. It's just that people didn't understand Clinton Hill. Before Grand, that's Clinton Hill.
Yeah.
There you go.
Listen, I know because, you know, they always talk about Biggie. You know, so that whole St. James is, you know, it's like, well, he, you know, I still call that Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Right.
So, you know, I know it's a little,
Well, listen, wait.
It's all Brooklyn. That's the local part of it.
It's all Brooklyn.
Right. And
Yeah, but them Bed-Stuy people just biased. You know how they are.
Bed-Stuy,
Real sensitive.
Yeah.
real in the middle. So I got love for both, and I used to hang in both. So
Yeah.
you know, it's just Brooklyn. The energy. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Brooklyn now, Brooklyn then. Y'all know it's much different. No shade to now, but I'm not in love with Brooklyn anymore like I was back in the day because it's just become something that has lost a lot of its flavor to me. You know what I mean? I never thought I'd go into other places in the country and feel like I see more culture there than I do here. And I feel like you're really getting away from the essence as it's become very homogenized.
Well, that's part of why we do the Stoop, because we're trying to bring the culture back to back.
Or that feeling, or that natural
trying to get it all natural, exactly.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring
And
it back.
it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Grew up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, speaking about growing, what made you? Because you know, everybody says, "Yo, I'm gonna try something," but what made you say, "Yo, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this clothes thing"? Because you know, back in the days, of course, you know, not to name drop, but you know, the only woman that was really getting love out there was Liz Claiborne when we was growing up.
I love Liz.
You know what I'm saying? Liz was like the only woman designer when we was growing up that was.
You knew that name.
That I knew.
Yeah,
You know,
you knew that name. That name
and
stuck
all
out.
that,
Yeah.
No.
It was Gloria Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And my homegirl Ashley Stewart.
No.
That was a big girl.
He went somewhere else.
Listen, he said Ashley, he said he had to show love to the big girls. He said they was outside too.
Like he went to school with her.
But Norma Kamali, Gloria Vanderbilt, and Liz Claiborne definitely.
Yes, for me, Liz. But what is, because again, you know, you was out here with the break dancing and hip hop. What made you decide that, you know, I'm going to give this a shot? Was it something that you made for yourself that people were like, yo, that's fly?
You know what? I didn't claim fashion until I went into it. I think seeing images of people in my family that were literally dancing to their own beats and doing their own thing helped me a lot. I didn't realize that we were talking earlier about hindsight. Like growing up, you're almost embarrassed, right? When your parents are different than everybody else. My dad was different. You know that's true. But he was like, what's the kid from Boys in the Head? Furious? What was his name? The dad?
Oh, Furious Styles. Yeah.
He was the dad to everybody. So our house was always like, probably like your place. Like everybody
The hangout.
The hangout.
Yeah.
So everybody hung out at my house, and then he was always like encouraging, you could do this, or you don't have to you don't have to stand up for the flag. You know, that was my dad growing up. So we had this rebellious spirit. I went to Uhuru Sasa before I went to PS 270.
Okay.
PS 305.
Yeah.
You know, but coming from a very Black nationalist family when I was very young really gave me a foundation of kind of what the Matrix is like, living in it, and then our reality versus other realities. Not that I don't believe in abundance and all the things, not to get too deep, but I just always saw the possibilities and didn't necessarily believe what was right in front of us. Kind of was peeled back the onion. You know what I mean? Or thinking about things. So I knew I didn't want to work for someone else. And the main reason for me is because I've never believed in that word safe, of feeling like very early on I felt like I'm going to put all of my work into somebody else, helping them build their company. And the day before I retire, they could fire me and I could have no pension, nothing. I'm a bet on me. And I didn't know what it would be. But then hip hop came and that whole culture and the energy. And I was out here in Brooklyn streets. I was living the dream. You know what I mean? Hanging out from Red Parrots, you know, all the clubs, Fever, everybody. So I soaked up that energy, the music, the DJs outside, the parks, skating, you know, grew up in Empire.
There you go.
Skate there, Skate City, all of it. So by the time I had to go to college, it was a drag, you know, and I was trying to figure it out. And then once I went and saw Run DMC at Fresh Fest and stuff, I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm making uniforms. You know what I mean? And I just started. I had no clue to what I was doing, but I felt it inside. So that energy you feel, it attracts more energy like that. And that's how I opened Fashion in Effect on a shoestring budget. I worked 6 months out of my house first. And my mom kicked us out. Like, I got to take these sewing machines and all this to find someplace. So that's how we opened it, like literally. And that was my first shop. Really just loving hip hop and wanting a space that people could come and congregate. And that really wasn't the goal, was to make money. But it ended up being a magnet for hip hop. You know, because at that time, it was really just starting to bud and bubble. So like you said, the break dances, everybody would come over there. LG, a lot of people, Tweety, God bless the dead, like they would all come by with their Dom on a Friday night. We listened to Mr. Magic, all that, you know, and just chill. And I was making clothes. And at that time, it was very much like it is now, how you have limited editions. That's what we did at Fashion in Effect, because we were only making like custom, you know, and everybody wanted something special. So it was easy then because we were making art on clothes. So a lot of airbrushing, acrylic art, all that stuff. But it was also statements, right? We were drawing stuff that was speaking to the people. Soundtrack of my life at that time was Public Enemy. So that's the way the fashion came out.
Now, when it comes to uniforms, because we were just talking about this. Now, of course, when it comes to a uniform, we're from New York. We talk about wearing a Yankee hat. Now, when it comes to Temps,
you just said you was this close to wearing a fresh pair.
I gotta ask: is it a certain color? Because you know they got all these colors now. They got a lot of things going on with Timberlands. But when it comes to that New York uniform, is it constructions, or can you wear black here?
You can wear black now. You know, I was gonna wear.
You turning your head. Look. Nah. Wait, hold on, April, because he doing some bullshit. He changing the question now.
Accident.
Yo, before you came, he asked a specific question to the live, right? Because he's a Yankee fan, so he probably had a dilemma when he was leaving. He probably was having a dilemma when he was leaving the crib, whether or not to throw on some constructs or his black joints. So he says, can I wear constructions with the classic Yankee blue, or can he wear the black joints?
And I said no.
Yeah.
First of all, blue and black clash to me, so I don't really like it.
I disagree.
All right. I wear constructions. If it ain't constructed, it ain't right.
He got on blue and black right now.
Listen.
He got on blue and black right now.
No, but we talking about constructions and
we talking about the colors, my brother.
All right.
We talking about the Timbs.
Yeah, the Timbs.
No, he said colors, man.
I'm just saying black Timbs.
That's fine. Anyway,
stop touching my body. Stop touching my body.
Back to you.
What Timbs was you going to put on?
As a New Yorker,
Right.
what's your way to go as far as the Timbs go?
I mean, my classics are the the actual constructions. Yeah, that's what I was gonna put on.
Do they have to be fresh, clean? Like, do they have to?
Oh, come on.
That matters. That matters. To me, it matters.
When I was really young, it would have, but now I think it's some charm to showing something that's a little worn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not. Sometimes, I mean, no judgment. Fresh is fresh, but sometimes it could be kind of cool to be not that person walking in the room like, I got my Sunday best on.
Yeah.
See, that's the way they change best style.
Well, now let's ask this question. Let's ask this question. What about souls? Double or single? Because we double souls.
You double soul?
We double souls. We double souls. We double souls.
Double soul, the single soul.
He talking about the joints without the leather up at the top.
Yeah.
The slip and slides.
You want the original.
Yeah,
exactly. Listen, we talking to a pioneer. I got to ask because some people be like,
people to be like,
that ain't right.
That
ain't really happening.
Or you don't wear them shits that don't catch the grip in the snow. Don't catch no grip.
But you don't wear Timbs for the snow. You don't wear them for the snow. They more of a fashion. Yeah.
Because all us from New York that's been outside, them joints is not built for the weather.
They not.
But honestly, if I'm really honest, I think the ones I had on, I was gonna wear today had the ridges.
The ridges.
So Sean, y'all know Sean Williams, OST. Paper.
Oh yeah. Paper. Yeah.
They had a whole Timberland thing. I was like, pick me up some. They were fresh, but I don't know if they were the original. I know and Sean brought up.
Yeah. Holla. They were their official.
Yeah. He
a sneakerhead.
Okay. Yeah.
I can remember one time I posted something, and I'm a sneakerhead, but I'm not a sneakerhead. I'm a sneakerhead, but I'm not. I just like fly stuff.
Yeah.
And I posted some one time, and he DM'd me or called me like, yo, take that down. the whatever the souls or something. I was like, oh, okay.
He said, don't do it to yourself.
You're like, yo, they gonna come for you. Take those down. They coming for you. Take those down. That's love, though. That's love.
DM.
Oh, Sean, good looking, Sean. You sitting down, good looking, Sean.
Quick fast.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, we gotta get that out of here. Get that out of here, homie. Yo, shout out Sophia and Grace one time. Good looking for the cookies, yo. They always hold us down on a Sunday, making sure our guests is good. Sophia and Grace, good looking, baby.
And it was so good.
163 Ralph Avenue, just for all of y'all that might want to stop by.
They got a
patronize our people.
Now, before we get crazy, I do have a question for you. I want to know, what was that feeling like when you see somebody, when you just out in the street and you see somebody and they got your gear on? What was the first time you seen it? Like, oh shit, that's me right there.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, and it's just a pride that I can't explain, but not like in a boastful way. It's like fulfilling.
Yeah.
When it's somebody that you don't know, especially.
Yes.
That they just went in the store and bought something, you like, wow. It's more confirmation that you're going in the right direction and doing what you're supposed to do and spreading that love.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now. You sitting here. With you sitting right here, we doing what we supposed to do.
There you go.
We spreading that love.
That's what it is.
Hey, you see something on my face?
Someone's in your beard.
Oh. I'm looking crazy. I'm like, oh shit.
But you got a couple of females that you have actually inspired,
Right.
that you run around with and hopefully help push their merchandise.
Right.
Like you wanna say anybody?
She like,
What's
yo,
her
you
name?
spit it out.
What you call it though? She got the what's the line? I don't know her line,
What,
but
House of Swag?
House of Swag.
Yeah. Shout out to Tony Scott.
There you go.
She got nice. That
Brand.
joint.
Yeah, so House of Swag is super dope, and it speaks to Black women. It's empowering messages and letting us know, I see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, why you wearing fly threads. So it's really dope.
See and that's what it's the community. It's all about a community. I don't care how much you sold and how it's what we giving back. I mean, and not only that, you teaching.
Right.
So it does come a time when we give back to the younger kids because you into it. We both attended a school growing up. It was one of those gifted and talented schools. And now,
shout out to Philippa Scott.
yes, IS 383. You know what I mean? And for you to be back in that mold, giving back to the kids, how fulfilling is that?
It's very fulfilling, especially when the kids say, "You affected my life." You know, that's really, really, really fulfilling. And like literally, we just had a final with the kids, and the presentations were better than some of the presentations that I see with people that have been in business. So when you see that, like I teach a course with Milk D.
Shout out Milk D.
Yep, shout out to Milk. And that day we were like, today was a good day. You know what I mean? Like today we're doing what we're supposed to do. Like it felt really good. So I mean, I can't explain it because I know I can remember the teachers that made a difference in my life. You know what I mean? So when you remember that, you hope that's my hope.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because I don't think that a lot of people really listen to, children are the future. That
It's the truth.
That's the truth. And you know what I'm saying? Of course, what you put out is what you're going to give back. So I'm sure with you putting so much into them, I know it could be frustrating.
Say that again, Cuzzo. What you put out, say it again.
Oh, what you put out, is what you're going to get.
Like
and
energy feeds energy.
Yes. And with you putting it out there, and again, like I said, I know they could be frustrating because
dealing with the kids, you mean?
Oh yeah.
So look, being that you, because I feel like the kids now in this generation, they get they get a lot of scrutiny out there for being lazy and things of that nature, and they caught up in social media. Get the kids out there, tell the kids out there some words. Being that you deal with them all the time, get them something positive to move on out there. Because you see, what's your opinion of the kids?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that it's hard to put them all in a box because they're all so different. But I think if I would say the difference that we had growing up is we had a lot of hustle in us, and we had a lot of humility. Even when we were like, I'm fly, it was an elder respect, right? Of like, what can I gain in knowledge, experience, and you knew better. Like the respect level growing up was different for me. You know what I mean? Period. And so I would say just give grace there, young people, because you're gonna get here. You know what I mean? You're all gonna get here if you're lucky. So you can learn something for us, and I believe in reverse mentorship. I can learn something from you.
Yes. Okay.
If you let me. You know what I mean? But it's an exchange of energy. So start there and pick up the gems I have. I'm going to receive your mindset and learn some things from you because I don't know everything, but it's energy feeding energy. So I think when you start there from humility, you can learn a lot. You can discover new things. And that should be the goal of life.
Yes.
Now,
I want to know, how is it when they see some of, those rappers?
they don't care.
They don't care?
They don't care.
I'm like,
I don't even think half of them know, like, the people that I work with. Because they're so far removed at this point in age. And like Biggie and Pac, that's great for them, but they like, whatever. Even them, you know what I mean? And Aaliyah. Like, I would think that would be, but it's just, these kids are so like intentional about now, like, I'm going to be the CEO. They want to start there. So they're like, yeah, that's cute. But what are we doing right now for me? Right. So you got to really come to them on some like, not this is what I've done, but what can I do for you? And let me explain, you know. So it's a different way, I think. And I think now that's the difference. When we came up, it was very talking to. Now it's interactive. I find like being interactive and letting them do, you gain more in terms of them doing. Because then you empower them when they learn it. You know, that like, I did this.
Yeah.
And that's what you want them to do.
Okay.
So,
It's different when you had that you got that phone to that encyclopedia.
that part is way different, right? So that's the other thing, the vantage point. It's a different learning experience. But I got to shout out Pensacola Lewis College of Business and Design in Detroit because we're talking about it, and I work with them, and they do. If you're into fashion, if you're into anything in design, check them out. It's the first HBCU specializing in business and design. They're out of Detroit, a lot of soul there, and they're really doing special things there. And they named the apparel studio the April Walker Apparel Studio. How we buy Carhartt and Illinois.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, phenomenal work. I'm going to be doing some master classes and some other things with them, but they just, for not Dr. Edwards, Dwayne Edwards, that had Pensacola Academy, went out there and teamed up with the Lewis College, which was an HBCU for women, and now they have this whole dynamic system going on there that young people, y'all should look into. PLC.
PLC.
Oh, PLC.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. It's well, I'm not even gonna go there. I want to ask, with the current state of events going on, you know, you just seen a new president get elected.
Right.
Would have been nice to see the first woman. You know, of course, you know, we still got time for that to happen. We still got time for that to happen. With everything going on in America, you see everything changing in Brooklyn. Everything is changing in Brooklyn. From the good old Brooklyn that you grew up loving, adoring, admiring, to what it's become now. And not saying that it's bad,
Right.
but it's different.
Different.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the one inevitable thing, like change.
Yeah.
Change, yes.
New York is about, I mean, America is different. America is about to become even more different.
But is it different? Because we really started, if we really want to get into it, it started on stolen land, thievery, murder, and all the things in between.
Yeah.
And that's what we have in the White House right now.
That's
So
what he
is
ran
it
on.
different?
That's what he ran
You know what
on.
I'm saying?
I got what you
I
said.
think America's been great at pushing a brand of aspiration. But they've been out there doing some things, and I think it's chickens have come home to roost.
Yeah.
That's what time it is. But what are we going to do postpartum as a people? What are we doing? I think that's where we at. Because we could mourn, we could talk about what was, but what is now?
What's
where
the
we
next
going
step?
From there? What's the next step?
Yeah. And that's what I wanted to ask, you know, like with everything that has gone on, you know, because again, like you said, we've seen it, we know the story.
Its
you know.
history repeats itself
repeats
over, and it's
always.
going to keep doing that. The one thing we haven't done well is collaborate and bolt on. And I think when we can empower each other, lateral cooperation creates vertical movement. That's why I'm here on this stoop today.
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Like, for real.
Okay.
Like, the more we can support each other and help each other, the further we will be. If we spend 10 cents of every dollar in our own communities, we could empower every woman, man, and child. But we just have to love ourselves more. You know, we have to really dig deep and really do the work. I'm not trying to preach, y'all. I'm just saying, I love us. What I want y'all to get is I love us so much, but I want us to love us together.
Yeah. I don't feel like, and especially now it's important, we're not connecting enough. Everybody want to be a boss, but nobody want to be a part of a team.
Right.
You know, so we need to
Let
do
go of
more
the
together.
ego, put it in the back pocket, and let's go. You know, and the thing is, it's not taken away from any other community or saying I don't want to be part of this global community, but every other community has a internal community and then an external global community. We have to have our own team us community. Now we can go out in the world and empower each other as a human race. But without that, we doing everybody else and not us. We gotta look at the mirror and say, what's wrong?
Catch me on the stoop, baby. We here with this.
Holla. It when you look at so many things going on in the world, you know, we do this so we could try to connect with as many like-minded people. We see a lot of negative energy out there, even on the internet, on different platforms.
Right.
So we want to sit down and bring out some of the positive stuff. We want people to be like, yo, that was dope. I could do that. That was something I thought about. Because, you know, we do see the things on the corner. I grew up with about 4 or 5 dudes on the corner drinking a private stock.
Doing them pull-ups.
telling us that they was going to get that card next week. I'm going to get that card next week. I'm going to get that card I'm going to get that card next week.
How about that's mine?
That's my car.
That's mine. You know
That's
what
my
I'm saying?
car.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
But that all started on the stoop, too. So, you know.
Yeah. But it to have people come to see, like, yo, because again, back then you didn't see a lot of people like yourself. There was no one before you really doing it urban wise for us.
Yeah.
Right.
So for you
Shout
to
out to Willie Smith. Willie Wear.
Willie Wear, you know, I had some Willie Wear.
Me too.
I had some Willie Wear.
That was my
I had the
that
little
was my
checker brown and black.
concept.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
look, growing up, what were some of your favorite
Willie
favorite
Wear
styles
was
at the
one.
time?
Willie Wear, Oscar de la Renta.
Okay.
I loved Oscar de Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
Sassoon.
Okay.
Gloria Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feel about those styles? A lot of those
They say no
styles.
Jordache, right?
She said no
I
Jordache,
didn't
no
say
Jordache.
She said, nah, I ain't say
That wasn't
I
her.
meant
That wasn't for her.
She said, I meant that.
That wasn't for her.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
That wasn't her style.
Pierre Cardin.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt, no doubt.
Had
Oh,
Sergio
man.
Holla.
Tacchini,
Yeah.
You know, like,
She
Yeah.
going. She
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
She going
imagination
athletic.
joint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's straight
Imagination
athletic.
joint.
Yeah.
that was me.
Yeah.
Donna Karen. Back in the day, the Lakers and all that. That was 80. Safari.
Okay.
They said it. Those are great brands. Like, I mean,
But that was Sims, too. Sims was out. So people don't know. You can go there and get the discount and come to school for
Fresh.
Yeah.
Like, no, we just know about Sims.
yeah. That Sims is gone.
Tit and Trail.
Ten
Oh,
Trail,
Trail.
Ten Trail was the spot.
No.
Now.
Ten Trail
Ten
is gone now, right?
Ten Trail was the
Ten Trail
spot.
is gone.
It's
Right?
gone.
It's gone.
Gone.
Off of Chamber Street, yeah.
My good spot.
All our spots.
Paragon now.
Paragon.
Paragon was the spot too.
Paragon
Now Paragon was
That's
was
still
always
there. I
a
used to
little
shop there.
rough.
Yeah.
But I like Paragon, especially when I became a stylist. Like, you could get stuff there.
Yeah. Paragon, don't get me wrong, but they just was always, they
So they
numbers
would order
didn't.
you and they would follow you around the store. There was a lot there.
Yeah.
They come in and get busy. Whooping all that, right?
You like,
Go down.
between A&S and,
Right.
you know, like, and don't get me wrong, Macy's always been Macy's, but it wasn't downtown. That was A&S. You know what I mean? So, like, you had your stores. Like, I could go to A&S and it was
Albee Square Mall.
Albee Square.
That was the hangout.
what?
What they call it now?
I don't even know, but it's old. I for life.
It's,
I don't even want to know. Don't say it. Don't say it. That's blasphemy.
He said, yo, don't say it.
now I didn't go. I got it. It's when you look at, like we were just talking. We're talking about, you know, when it comes to some of our younger generation, the bridge between those two generations, our generation and the younger generation. It seems like there's such a disconnect, and I get everything is instant. Microwave is instant. Instagram, everything is right now.
Right.
But the problem is, there's so much that go on in between
The
that,
process.
and we're losing
That's
a lot.
the sweet spot.
Yes.
I don't think it's a process. I think the process is being skipped. I think
Well, that's the
That's what-
problem.
that's
We're
what-
saying
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're missing the process. And to
Yes.
me, if you arrive without the process, God bless you. But that's very unlikely to be sustainable because you haven't had the experience and the depth and the hiccups and the bumps and the lumps, and you haven't fallen down and gotten up to understand how to problem solve and critical thinking skills and all the things in between, and patience.
Nice.
That you know, this will pass and I got this, I can do it. This is how I do this because I've seen it before, or something similar. There's no comparison because there's nothing to gauge. There's no underbelly of like a foundation. And I think that's so important.
I notice one thing I always say, that I notice kids, like infants, do not wear walking shoes no more. People don't put their kids in walking shoes no more.
Wow.
They go straight to
Those
the
little hard shoes.
Yeah, the hard shoes.
Oh yeah, I remember those hard
You
shoes.
got gold plated or silver.
Oh yeah.
Kids really, that just shows how much they skip.
My mama got mine.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't even think about that.
I mean,
We're skipping a lot of
We
things.
skipping a lot of old school stuff.
but it's just like anything else. Say something to somebody, and you know what I'm saying. Like, I could sit down and say, "Oh, this guy got he bum ass nigga," but I'm not hating on you.
Cool to me.
Yeah, to you.
Oh, my bad.
But you
Said,
know,
don't use him as no
they,
example.
hey, well, listen,
Don't
we
use him as
talking
an
about it.
example.
We talking about it.
Right.
But you know, and now it that might have turned into a hate. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing.
Sensitivity is
Yes.
on a 1,000.
An all time high right now. Yeah.
But so is mental health.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
so I think all of it. And I think the more we reverberate that energy, that's what we're going to get back. I think there's a fine line between being difficult or having hardships or having a tough time. There are different seasons in life, and mental health. So I definitely think mental health is a real thing at different degrees, but I also think that life gives us trials and tribulations. There's no way around that. So I think that's part of life that we need to experience and be comfortable in living in a discomfort zone, because we're all going to have to go through discomfort in our lives. It's never 100% like a party. That's real.
That's
real.
That's real spill.
Real
You
spill,
want to
huh?
be great, you're going to have to do some tough things and sacrifice, and it ain't all going to be fun.
Yeah, making some tough,
But what do
being
you
able to
want?
make tough choices.
Yeah, make those choices and live with them if that's what you really want. And if you don't, it's cool too. But don't say you want it and then cry later. Like, you know what I mean? You have a choice. You could jump off the Ferris wheel at any time. Like, say, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think that's the fine line to me that I see with a lot of people in saying they're having mental health issues. And some do. A lot of people do. I think this world is definitely in a very fragile state. But I think when you're an entrepreneur, just know that that's not all going to be an easy thing. It's not just click and ship.
Yeah.
It's a lot in between. You know what I mean?
In our case, it's not just press record.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a
There's
lot
a lot
in
to go on. Yeah.
So, gotta ask, what does the Stoop? Because you know,
Being a Brooklynite,
you gotta see.
Yeah. Being a Brooklynite yourself, because everybody might not understand. But everybody hasn't understood what we do right here, and the messages we trying to put across. But you yourself, being the Brooklynite that you are, what does the Stoop mean to you? What does this culture mean to you?
It's a nod to Brooklyn culture. It's what we live. You know, it was summertime. You come out, you talk shit on the Stoop. You come, you got your friends here. You do what you do. You talk about people going by. You know what I mean? All that.
No
You
doubt, we
gossip.
did a lot
of
You
that.
do all of that. Like,
lot of
but
that.
it's all love. It's like, it's literally what we grew up on. We played outside. We had the inchworms when we were little, and then, you know what I'm saying? All the kids on the thing, and then we grew up and we got bigger and we did the same thing. Just sat out here like this. But it was fun. People were outside, outside,
that part.
not just
Yeah,
on
that
their
part.
phones. We didn't have the phone, so it was like we engaged, talked to each other, you know, caught up. What we did last night, what we did that week, you know, what Shanae's doing down the block, you know, all of those things. But it was fun, like, and it's still fun. So this is a lost art. I'm glad you're bringing it back.
Thank you.
That's how, that was the one right there.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, we got some food for thought
for you.
Ooh.
now. You know, we do a little designing.
Something like,
So we
Wait, shout out to all of the designers that
shout out to all of the
yeah,
designers.
yeah.
Uncle
Yo,
Mike,
Uncle
Didi
Mike,
Design,
shout out to Didi
What's
Design,
better than you?
baby, what's
Scribbles
better
on
than
thread,
you?
and I do a little
Human
myself.
being, you
Y'all
see
heard
that?
Yes.
We do our numbers.
But this one is of course when you
Oh.
running around just
Now
catch
family.
us on the stool.
You family. Now you stuck with us now, baby.
Okay.
You stuck with us now.
Yeah. I
So
love it.
this one is dear and near to us, but this one is near and dear because it speaks to who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you.
Because at the end of the day,
I
you
love
just
it.
Brooklyn dope.
Thank
You know,
you.
so from
Hey,
LA.
but you the first one that got a sweater too.
Yeah,
I
you
just
are
want
the
you to
first
know.
one that
That's
got
right.
a sweater.
You the first
one that
Well,
got a sweater.
and everything.
So,
You know,
Bro might have ruffled some
Yeah.
feathers out there just now.
I
You
love
might have
it.
ruffled some feathers out there
Okay.
just now.
I feel special for
And
sure.
don't forget,
Oh, don't forget the what's better than you, Pen. What's better than you when the
Okay.
answer is nothing, but it means everything.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
thank you for
Thank
pulling
you.
up, baby.
Thank you for having me.
no,
It
and
was fun.
please, you always welcome.
Come
And
back.
we know it's getting it's starting to weather is starting to change.
And get a little nippy out here.
Yeah.
So we want you to
And,
come back
you
and
know-
show us your spring
Okay.
version of
Oh,
clothes you
yeah,
have.
yeah.
Got it.
Oh yeah, that
Then
ain't
your
no
summer
problem.
version. We
That
want
ain't no
everything.
problem. We want that.
Okay.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
And we locked in now. We
Okay.
locked in now.
Yeah. You a cousin now. You stuck with us.
So when is this live right now? When is this coming out?
When you needed to come out,
No,
you
I'm
needed.
saying,
What's
No,
up?
you didn't just throw me. No, you didn't
gotta
just
act-
throw
you
me.
gotta act
I'll
the
take
camera.
it right
Camera,
now.
when
That's
you
how
She
we
asked
know.
it on camera.
Yeah,
When
she
it's
asked
come
it on
out?
camera.
When you tell me it's come out, it's gonna
Okay,
come out.
so just in case it comes out for the holidays,
Oh,
it's WalkerWear.com.
Oh.
You can shop with a Mexican, a black business, a brown business,
That's right.
spend some money and show some love.
Yeah,
There you
Work
go.
it all day.
On
That's
that
right.
note,
On that
catch
note,
me on the stoop,
Holla,
baby.
237, no place like home.